So, guys, I want to kind of get serious for a minute and just kind of update as far as goals go. I know I've been focusing on the physical side quite a bit. I want to talk a little bit more about the mental side and kind of where things are at as far as the goals go. Just to revisit the goals, lose 35 pounds, quit medications, quit smoking, take control of my life. Mentally, I would like to be absolutely honest, so I would add honesty to those goals. And I've really been working on that. I've been focusing on doing the right thing based on my best judgment. And I've talked to people, and I've got a few things off my chest that's made me feel better. Sometimes I go back and question whether I should talk about certain things or just leave certain things, or get some certain things out in the open. So I've made some decisions, and I've talked to some people and told them some things that they may not have wanted to hear, but they listened and understood where I came from, and I hope they understand where I'm coming from, and my perspective on things. But being a better person in 90 days, it's going to take a lot more work than I thought it was going to take. We all have flaws, we all have faults, and we've got to work on those and focus on those. And we're more aware, if we're honest with ourselves, of our faults. We know our faults better than anybody else knows. And so we know what we need to work on if we're honest with ourselves. And that's key, because that's what I'm attempting to do, to honestly, for the first time in my life, is be absolutely, completely honest with myself. And so far on this journey, it's kind of been a bunch of up and downs, to be real honest with you. Mentally, it's been tough, dragging my ass out there every day to go for a run or to do these push-ups, so on and so forth. And it's been tough because I don't want to do it. And when I finish, I feel great, and I get that boost, and that's good. And I think that's what you need to maybe get up the next day and do it again. But it's going to be tough mentally. I mean, I stopped taking one of my medications, and I'm not telling you guys that I'm going about this the right way. I'm going about this my way. And I've already stopped one of my medications. I've been kind of monitoring myself to see how I feel. I felt pretty good mentally overall. I still have anxiety that likes to creep in. I still have depressing type thoughts that creep in. And so I got a long way to go, guys. I really do. Focus on this mental thing. The other things that I've been doing is trying to listen and talk to people that are uplifting, inspirational, to get some motivation and learn some things from them. But the whole idea about this was me to stumble my way to victory, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And I'm absolutely determined that in 90 days I'm going to be a better person. One way or another, I'm going to complete this, and it's been tough. It's been times where I've gotten frustrated on my runs when I haven't been able to do what I want to do, and to keep going when shit just hurts. It's tough, and you've got these two voices in your head, and the one voice is saying stop, this hurts, and another voice saying, come on man, you got to do this, it's for your best interest. And it's a battle between those two voices on whether you stop, whether you give up or not. And I'm simply not going to give up. This is the one thing in my life I am not giving up on. I can't express how serious I am about changing my whole life in 90 days. I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people. A lot of people have probably watched these videos and dismissed me as some wannabe that decided to jump on YouTube and say, hey, look at me, I'm this big fitness guru all of a sudden. I'm absolutely, positively not that. And I'm no therapist either. Looking at it from the physical side and the mental side, I'm no physical fitness expert, and I'm damn sure no therapist. But I'm going to stumble my way, because this is on me in the end, and it's about me finding what works for me. And I may be going about things the hard way, and I'm kind of hard-headed like that, but I'm determined to see this thing through. and get to the end of those 90 days and look back and reevaluate and say, hey, where am I at? As far as quitting smoking, this smoking thing is killing me. I get up in the morning, and my relationship with coffee and cigarettes is a pretty serious relationship. That's my routine. I get up and have coffee and smoke cigarettes, and it's something that's really hindering my physical fitness. And I think it's this safety mechanism in my head to turn to get this false sense of comfort. And I've got to amp up the idea of quitting this smoking thing, because it's a horrible habit. Losing weight, I think when I started this, I had already lost about 20-30 pounds. I still weigh, I think I weighed in at like 205, 210. I haven't weighed lately. And my goal was to lose 35 pounds, and I have lost a few pounds. I know that for a fact because I can feel it. I just haven't weighed in yet. I'm going to focus on quitting that smoking and losing those pounds through the physical fitness, being a better person overall, and including honesty in it, is coming clean with anything, any lies, any information that I've held on to and sat on when I maybe should have talked about it. I'm trying to get that all out of me, and I know that sounds crazy, but getting that off my chest, I actually feel better, despite, I guess, the consequences that may come from that. But coming clean and being honest and being straight up and as raw as I possibly can is the goal, and that's what I'm going for. And it's little things in life. It's doing the right thing when nobody's looking, and that's tough to do sometimes, especially when I'll admit it, I haven't always done the right thing. I haven't always told the truth, and that's tough for me to be honest with and come clean with and admit that I haven't always been the best person. But I'm working on it now, and I'm making decisions on my own based on information that I have, and I'm trying to make the best decision possible. So I hope that comes across that way. But this journey is tough. It's tougher than it's probably the toughest thing I've ever done in my life. And I mean, I've gone through the Army. I mean, I've been through some pretty tough things, but this is tough. And probably is, in the end, the toughest thing I've ever done. But I did want to update on the goals. I'm still focused on the goals. I'm trying my best to do the right thing. I'm trying to do a self-check on myself. I'm doing a self-check on myself about 3 times a day, just to reflect back on the previous few hours to see what I've done, how I've done, where I'm at mentally, physically, so on and so forth. And that's helped. That's helped me to stay in check. So I don't know what's going to happen as far as at the end of this journey, looking back once I get there, where we're going to go from there, how I'm going to feel. I'm anxious to find out. I'm open to any questions that anyone might have, personal, whatever it may be. I'm wide open. I'm an open book. So shoot me any questions that you have, any support, advice that you might have. Please also shoot me that. I've gotten a lot of good feedback so far, and I really, really appreciate that. I'm taking that feedback and I'm trying to implement it into my routine as far as exercising and so on and so forth. But I'm focused on this goals, and I know a lot of times my focus is on the exercise when I talk and post on these videos, but mentally I'm trying to keep myself in check as well, and I'll continue that. So let's see where this takes us, guys, and remember, let's hang tough on this. Let's get through these 90 days and then reevaluate and see where we're at. Thanks so much, guys, for all the love, the support that's been thrown out there. I really, really appreciate it. Please keep it coming. Anybody that wants to join on this journey, please reach out. Let's do this together. Let's push through this, and let's change our lives, guys. Hang tough, folks.